Good morning. Welcome to this IBBA admission talk as well as alumni sharing. My name is Fred. I'm the assistant dean of the school as well as the co-director of the IBBA program. So in the coming 10 to 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through several important features of the IBBA program. Okay. So to start with, CUHK Business School is the first business school in Hong Kong. We are also the first one to offer a business program in the region. And when it comes to the integrated BBA program, there are quite a number of different program structures that I would like to walk you through. But in particular, because of the limited time, I will focus on 4 distinguished features of the program. The first one, as you can see it here on the screen, is comprehensiveness. The second one, high flexibility. The third one, a dual degree program options for our students. And finally, diversified co-curricular activities available to you guys. The first one. So as you can tell it here, when it comes to IBBA, the letter I refers to integrated. So it is actually talking about our program structure, the program curriculum in particular. So when we say this is an integrated BBA program, that simply means that we are offering trainings in all kind of business areas that you can imagine. All right. For example, what you can see here is that when it comes to the IBBA program, the courses that you are going to take, it includes, say, courses in finance, in management, in economics, and business analytics, accounting, so on and so forth. So the comprehensiveness of the curriculum structure is going to help you to succeed in your future endeavor. Okay. The second important point, as you can see it here, is high flexibility. What does it mean by high flexibility here? So even though we said that the integrated BBA program, we offer training in all kind of business areas, but obviously, we are also offering some kind of specific training in some specific areas, and these kind of areas are what we call the concentration areas. What you can see here on the list are the 9 business concentration areas that our students can choose from. It includes business analytics, business economics, entrepreneurship, finance, general business, marketing, big data and quantitative marketing, human resources management, as well as management of international business. So what you can see here is that all these 9 different areas of business are actually referring to important business areas. So if you are interested in a particular area after your first year or second year here in IBBA, you will be able to choose one particular area to dive in. So when it comes to this kind of concentration choices, there are 2 things that I really want you to know. The first one is that in the concentration areas, we do not impose a quota. We do not impose a quota. What does it mean? How come this is very important for you? This is simply because if there is no quota, that simply means that after you finish your first year of study or second year of study, now you know what kind of business area that you are particularly interested in. For example, after the first year of study, you may find marketing a very, very interesting area, right? So you really want to be a marketer when you graduate. So then you can choose marketing or, of course, big data and quantitative marketing as your concentration area. So you will not be kind of forced to take some other concentration area that you are not really, particularly interested in. So this is the first advantage, no quota, The second very important point here is actually this kind of thing. So you may actually find, marketing is nice, of course, but at the same time, I also love finance. So is it possible for you to specialize in 2 different areas, marketing and finance? Is it possible? The good news is yes. So this is another very important feature when it comes to the IBBA program. So if you are interested in it, you can actually pick 2 concentration areas out of the 9 available choices for you. So this is the concentration. But then there are actually much more different choices for you as an IBBA student. Remember the word high flexibility. So concentration is actually just one of them. So what you can see here from this slide is a summary of all kind of different choices that you have as an IBBA student. For example, in the top right corner, okay, so you see different options of what we call double majors. Double majors, okay? So what does it mean for a double major? For instance, if you look at the first item, what we can see here, what we have here is the IBBA and Professional Accountancies, in short, PACC. So this is a double major choice that you have as an IBBA student. So this is particularly suitable for those kind of students who, on one hand, would like to build a very, solid foundation in all different kind of business areas, integrated, remember, right? And at the same time, you are really interested in accounting, so you would like to dive in accounting even more. So then this is the choice for you. This is a perfect choice for you. So as an IBBA student, if you get into this kind of double major program, so then when you graduate with the first major, IBBA, and the second major, PACC, Professional Accountancies, okay? Of course, PACC is just one of the three choices. You got two more as well, okay? We have IBBA and IFAA, okay? Insurance, Financial, and Actuarial Analysis, okay? And at the same time, we have IBBA and Quantitative Finance, QFN, as well, okay? So this is double major. This is double major. What else do you have? What kind of choices do you have? Okay, so look at the bottom right. Okay, so now you have double degree. Double degree. So double degree is another option available to our IBBA students. So if you are interested in the training and business, of course, and at the same time you are interested in knowing more about, say, journalism and communication, this is a perfect choice for you. So a double degree program, in a double degree program, you are going to spend in total 5 years here in CUHK, 5 years. And then so when you graduate with 2 degrees. You receive training from both business school and the School of Journalism and Communication. So when you graduate with 2 degrees. The first one is the Bachelor of Business Administration in IBBA. Another one is a Bachelor of Social Science in Journalism and Communication. Sounds good, right? So what else, right? A lot of different choices for you. So if you look at the top left corner, we have minors, right? So I always said that when I have chance to talk to different people, I always said that this is a unique advantage of a CUHK student, not only for business school, but all students in CUHK. Why is that the case? You can actually take advantage of the fact that CUHK is a big university, okay? So when I say big university, I don't only refer to our beautiful campus. If you have chance, of course, come and visit us, right? But other than the big campus that we have, a big university means that we have a lot of different departments. We have a lot of different faculties. And how is it related to you as a potential business student? Minors. So if you look at the list here, we have, say, literature, we have psychology, we have social sciences, we have translation, languages, including a lot, right? So German, right, Japanese, Spanish, you can name it, okay? And many, many more as well. So as a business student, in particular, as an IBBA student, you have the opportunity to take a minor out of your business study. So this is obviously particularly suitable for those kind of students who are, on one hand, interested in business and at the same time have a passion in literature, for example. Okay? Perfect choice for you. Another thing that I would like to highlight a little bit more when it comes to a minor is the choice that we call EPIN, E-P-I-N, right? You probably cannot really understand what is going on, okay, when it comes to these 4 capital letters, right? EPIN, it refers to entrepreneurship and innovation. Entrepreneurship and innovation. So this is a new initiative. This is a new university level minor that we have introduced several years ago. So it is actually a very, very popular minor choice for all the students in CUHK, in particular in our business school, right? So what is left? If you look at the screen here, what you can see here is that I deliberately skipped one thing. That is the bottom left, the dual degree program, okay? So the dual degree program, when it comes to the dual degree program, let me illustrate it a little bit more for you. So a dual degree program is a collaboration between CUHK Business School and IE Business School in Spain. So this is a collaboration program in the sense that students admitted to this dual degree program will spend 4 years in total in universities. Okay? Not only in CUHK, not only in business school here, you are also going to spend 2 years in Spain in IE Business School as well. So let me show you the program structure very quickly, even though I don't really have too much time, right? If you're interested to know more, connect with us, right? So this is the program structure. This is the program structure of the dual degree program. So what you can see here is that this is a choice available for year 1 IBBA student. So when you are admitted to IBBA, so you spend your first year here, and then you know more about this program structure, okay? You know all kind of information regarding this dual degree program, and then you can apply for this program in year 1, in your first year, okay? So if you are successfully admitted to this program, this is what's going to happen. I mean, in the first year, you are going to spend your time here in CUHK Business School, taking our courses, okay? And in your second and the third year, as I've mentioned, you are going to spend your time in Spain in IE Business School. So you are going to take the courses offered by IE Business School, which is one of the many top universities in the European area, okay? And then after you spend 2 years there, okay, taking courses from IE Business School, building your network there in Spain, learn a lot of stuff, okay? Experience a lot of stuff, and then in your final year, in year 4, you will come back to CUHK Business School and finish your degree here by spending an additional year. So in total, 4 years. In total, 4 years. So when you graduate, you graduate with 2 degrees, 2 bachelor degrees. Okay, one of course is the BBA degree offered by CUHK Business School, of course, right? And the second degree is actually the bachelor degree offered by IE Business School. Okay, so 4 years, 2 bachelor degrees. Yet another choice for you. Okay, I'll talk about that. Okay, a lot of different choices. Okay, so this is a transfer-in option for IBBA students or business students in general. Okay, so you probably heard of this program. This is called IBCE, International Business and Chinese Enterprise. So starting from this year, students admitted to the IBBA program will be able to apply for a transfer-in to the IBCE program in their second year. So this is the structure of the IBCE program. So this is a collaboration with the University of South Carolina in the US. So as you can see here, if you are admitted to this IBCE program, you are going to spend 1 year in CUHK Business School, okay? And then in your the first 2 years, sorry, okay? And then in your third year, you are going to the US, okay, and take courses in the University of South Carolina, okay? And in your final year, you come back to CUHK and you finish your bachelor's study here. So this is a unique experience as well, okay? What's more is that after you finish your bachelor degree, you can actually choose to further your studies to take a Master of International Business in the University of South Carolina as well, which is a 1-year program. This is partly optional for students in IBCE. Okay. So I've been talking quite a lot about the program structures. I mean, a lot of different options. Probably on one hand you are kind of excited, but at the same time you are kind of confused by all different kind of choices. Okay, so this is pretty normal, but don't worry. So let me yet try to confuse you even more. So here, first of all, just want to let you know about our student body. Okay, so altogether right now in CUHK Business School, we have more than 1,300 of current students here, coming from 20 plus countries and regions. I mean, you can see the list right here: Australia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, China, Estonia, so on and so forth. The list goes on, right? And At the same time, if you still remember, the CUHK Business School is the first business school offering business program here in Hong Kong. And it simply means that at the same time, we have the largest alumni network here as well. So if you look at the business school alumni, we have more than 40,000 alumni. Okay. For IBBA alone, we have more than 9,000 alumni here as well. And we are so excited to have some distinguished alumni coming back and do their sharing with you guys today. Okay, stay tuned. So finally, okay, the final thing that I want to highlight here in this part is the diversified co-curricular activities. You can see it here. I mean, as you can see it here, I further separate it into three parts. I mean, the first one is the global learning, global experiential learning. Global experiential learning. We have a nickname for it. Okay, this is called GEL. Okay, GEL, Global Experiential Learning. So what is this? So this is some kind of experiential learning opportunities that we offer to our IBBA students. We would really want our students to not only pay attention to what's happening here in the local area in Hong Kong, but also have an international exposure as well. So all the students in IBBA program will be offered this kind of global experiential learning experience. This is the first point. Okay. Second, exchange. The exchange opportunity is a very, very important part of your university life. I'm happy to tell you that every year we have more than 2/3 of our business students who have the chance to have at least one internship before they graduate. So what you can see here is that we have more than 230 exchange partners, including a lot of big names. I mean, as you can see it here, I want to dive in a lot. Okay, so exchange is actually very, very important, and I would really want you to take this opportunity to join the exchange program. Right? Another very important part for the IBBA program is actually your internship. Internship is, well, this is not compulsory. It's not compulsory, okay? But this is actually a very important part. And as you can see it here, the number, okay, 94%, right? 94%. This is actually a number that we are actually very, very proud of. So 94% of our graduates, before they graduate, they have the chance to take at least one internship in a lot of different firms. I mean, in the financial area, okay, in banking, in consulting, a lot of different choices. We would say that this is again very, very important part, okay, to prepare yourself for the job market when you graduate. This is the final slide of my sharing. Okay. Of course, I want to share with you a little bit about the performance of our graduates in the job market. Okay. So very nice. I would say if you look at the number here, what you can see here is that in the past several years, we have more than 98% of the students are able to get a job within 6 months of their graduation, okay? And of course, I mean, some of them actually chose to further their studies, okay? So I hope you know that this is actually some kind of amazing number. And even though I didn't really put it down here, I mean, in the past several years, the average job offers that our university graduates obtain by the time that they graduate, okay, is actually 2. So they have 2 job offers on average when they graduate. So I mean, they will be facing some kind of happy problem. I mean, choosing this one or choosing that one. Okay. Another thing that you can see here from this slide is the different industry that our graduates are joining. Right. So we have a little bit more than 1/4 of them joining the banking and finance industry. Okay. 22% joining the accounting industry. 10% joining the administration and management, functional area as well. Okay, so I guess my time is up. So let's spend some time. Okay, watch an interesting video, and after that, we will come back to the alumni sharing section. Thank you.
I think should be in 2010.
1960s.
I didn't know.
200 or 300?
Over 100. 200 something?
I think it's 100.
or 200 plus?
50?
Each year, around 200 IBBA students go on overseas exchange. Let's hear their stories.
I've been to Copenhagen Business School in Denmark.
I attended San Diego State University in the United States. The US has been perceived as a melting pot with harmonious integration of various cultures, and I have always been attracted to the subculture in different local districts.
Copenhagen is ranked one of the most livable cities in the world according to survey results. On the other hand, Hong Kong is known for its stressful and hectic lifestyle. Therefore, I chose Copenhagen to explore the ways of life, and I would like to be more open-minded like the Scandinavians and think more critically. Apart from that, Copenhagen Business School is a prestigious institution in Europe. My plan was to make friends with international students and fit into their cultures. Through interacting with international students from all over the world, I overcame cultural differences and to know more about different European cultures.
I wanted to broaden my horizon. I took courses on different subjects, including contemporary media and criminal justice, which lead me to new insights on global affairs and creativity. Through chatting with local students, I discovered new issues through multiple perspectives. I realized there would not be such exposure if I stayed in Hong Kong.
I went on a road trip in Denmark with my foreign friends who come from different continents and speak different languages.
During my homestay in the US, I had a great time with my host family, as we always exchanged our ideas on differences in lifestyle and culture. I also went hiking to Potato Chip Rock in San Diego with my friends. It was a really tough hike. We all thought of ourselves as Indiana Jones when we reached the top. The US has been perceived as a melting pot with harmonious integration of various cultures, and I have always been attracted to the subcultures in different local districts.
CUHK, which is the Danish concept of coziness and well-being.
Welcome back. Okay. So we are happy to have three distinguished alumni here having our sharing here. So first of all, we have Wayne from Google, we have Alex from McKinsey, and then we have Angela from Citibank Hong Kong. So how about we go around the room and introduce ourselves and say a few words about our current job. Okay, let's start with Alex.
Okay, so good morning everyone. So my name is Alex. So I graduated from CUHK in 2016. So I think I'm the youngest among us, but not very young anyway. So I currently work at McKinsey and Company, and then I'm the Junior Engagement Manager of the Hong Kong office. And I pass it to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm Wayne. I'm currently the Industry Manager of Google Hong Kong. And actually, I graduated from CUHK in 2013. And I exactly graduated from the program that Fred just mentioned, the IBCE, International Business and Chinese Enterprise Program. And I was the batch 1 of this program. And I'm here in Google, so it is a great program. And before I joined Google, actually, I worked as the Greater China Brand Director for Procter & Gamble. Yeah, so this is me.
Okay, great, thank you. And then Angela?
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm so excited to be here and back to CUHK to have the sharing here. And we're just kidding just now because I'm actually the oldest among all of them. And so I should be, come to the end to introduce myself. I think, I'm actually graduated in the year 2000, so which is basically 20 years ago. and right now I'm the head of digital sales and marketing in City Hong Kong. And basically, I'm responsible for all the marketing, branding, research, digital sales, and acquisition as well. And before that, I was in various international companies as the marketer or the advertiser as well.
Thank you, Angela. So I would like to start by asking you guys a question. Not a very difficult one, a warm-up one. Okay. So when you were still, a high school student, I mean, I guess you actually spent a lot of time, consider what kind of program for you to apply, to the university. So what makes you, pick a business program at that time? Did you have any kind of struggle, between the business program and some other kind of program, okay? Or within the business program, so we have a lot, right? So what makes you to choose a business program?
Yeah, maybe I can start first. Actually, my decision is even before the high school, because my high school was the Hang Seng School of Commerce, so Hang Seng. So before that, I need to make a choice to go to Hang Seng, right? So what makes me think about like business school is better than like other subject. So at that time, first of all, because my science subject, the score was quite low, so I think maybe it is not a good idea for me to study science in the future. But at the same time, I feel like business is something that you have a lot of knowledge inside. For example, previously when I was the brand director for a brand, not only I need to know about marketing and science, social science, and etc. etc. I also need to know about, for example, some legal terms, so I can negotiate with our internal legal department. I need to know about the shopper psychology, so I know how to tackle them within a retailer atmosphere. And I also need to know some of the language and also communication skills, so I know how to create very powerful claim to attract them as well. So I think for business, it is a perfect integration and combination of different stuff together. So I'm a person who loves challenges and also love interesting stuff, so I won't feel bored. So that's why I choose business school. And frankly speaking, among all the top schools in Hong Kong, of course, I evaluate different schools. So why I end up in CUHK? Because first of all, of course, CUHK is the reputation is always very good. It's like top #1 in Hong Kong. And secondly, as Frank mentioned, is that in CUHK Business School, you can choose whatever you want. For example, I graduate with IBCE and double concentration with marketing. But some of my classmates, for example, they graduate with, for example, journalism degree and some other degrees as a combination. So the flexibility I treasure a lot. So that's why I choose this program. And at the same time, at that time, I did consider some other program, for example, some BBA and law program from other school. But I feel like the IBC program is something that I really want to do because I can have 1 year exchange in the States. And yeah, so this is the reason.
All right, nice to know, Wayne. I'm going to join in a little bit very soon. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Angela.
Okay, maybe I can share my story as well. I want to share that actually before I entering my university school, my life is actually quite routine. And I was studying in the same school since I was in the kindergarten, in the same girls' school, okay? Same primary and secondary school. And then at that time, remember, okay, it's maybe 20-something years ago. We don't have social media, and even we don't have mobile at that time, right? I was being educated by my parents. I think most of the parents in Hong Kong at that time also educate their kids in that way. You need to focus your time to study, and you need to, because if you get a very good academic result, you can enter a very good university as well, and which is very good for your career. And so I just, keep bearing this in mind, and so that, I try to be a good student, a good kid for my parents as well. But at the same time, when I was in the higher school, I found that I don't want to have this life anymore. And when I go to the university and I want to find a faculty and which is more dynamic and which is, enable me to learn different knowledge as well. And so in my year 6 in my secondary school, I actually get my consultation from my class school teacher, who was my first mentor, I have to say. And she introduced me and she told me that maybe business school is quite suitable for me. And so I'm the same as you guys, and I try to attend the open days in different university, different faculty, and so as to understand more. And because I was studying in art art area like economics, history, Chinese literature, English literature at that time. And I know that I cannot be a doctor. I know that I cannot be an architect, right? And so I found that, I want to enter the business world. And after I understand the program, because at that time, CUHK is actually the toppest, the best #1 business faculty in Hong Kong as well. And I found that the program is actually very dynamic, and it just consists the best of both worlds, I have to say, because it can just like a generalist, right? I can actually get the knowledge in different subjects like, accounting, marketing, and finance, human resources, etc. But at the same time, I can also like a specialist, because in the final year, I can actually select the subject that I like most and further deep dive so as to develop my further career. And so that's why, I choose CUHK business faculty, and that is actually, the best choice in my life, because probably it changed my life as well.
Thank you, Angela. Very nice to know.
Okay,
Alex.
I think it's probably my turn. So I think when you watch this video, you probably have 2 questions in mind. I think Wayne actually touched on both questions. First is that why business program, and second is maybe why CHK. We can touch on that a little bit later. And then for the first question, why business program? I think my story is actually less inspiring than Wayne's or Angela's, because Wayne decided to join the business education I think during high school, right? So after HKCE, and then Angela maybe studied also in high school. And for my decision is actually later. So how I decided my university program is that I was studying science when I was in high school, but I knew that I don't want to go very deep in terms of all these science knowledge, and also I'm not that kind of person. I just can't imagine myself being a scientist. So that's how I eliminate part of the program. And then at the same time, maybe you can't feel it, but I'm actually not a very artistic person either. So I eliminated the art subject. And then that's why I picked business. But it actually turned out to be a pretty good decision. I will touch on that a little bit. Because I feel that, as you can see, we have 3 very different alumni profiles here. So Wayne worked at a tech firm, and then Angela working at marketing in a financial institution, and then I'm working in the consulting. So actually, how I would see the business program is that it's actually very versatile, and then the training can be applied in many different industries, and also can be applied in many different ways as well. For example, I would say there are 2 very distinctive skills that the business program can provide you. First is, I think, is the analytical mindset. Because when whatever you do in the future, you need to have the ability to do problem solving. You need to have the ability to actually analyze things. And I think business program, by learning a lot of different business cases, why certain corporate did certain things, I think this can actually help us to train up our analytical mindset. And the second is also the interpersonal skills, because for business education, we emphasize a lot group projects. We work a lot with the different classmates. And I think through all these activities, then it can help you to train up your interpersonal skills, how to work with different people. And then even at McKinsey, so we actually recruit a lot of different people. We have a very diverse candidate pool and a very diverse talent pool. How to work with, for example, introvert, extrovert, how to work with people with different backgrounds. I think this is exactly what the business education can give us. So I guess my story is not that inspiring, but I just want to tell you that it turns out to be something that is pretty helpful or pretty good for my lifelong career planning.
Thank you, Alex. I mean, I don't think your story is quote unquote less inspiring. I think it's really nice. And yeah, I mean, even though sometimes we think that, well, picking a choice by elimination doesn't sound, very good, but then, well, sometimes it's a very good method, I mean, for us to find out what is something that we like, right? So the next question is actually somewhat related. So I would like you to share with our audience a little bit more on, say, what you think about the uniqueness of the program or CUHK, or share with us a little bit more about the most rewarding experience or impressive experience. I'm sure there will be a lot of interesting stories.
Yeah.
Wayne?
For me, actually, I think of this question before. So what is the uniqueness of CUHK? So what I think is three things. So the first thing definitely is the hardware. So the hardware here, for example, the best in Hong Kong, the campus. You cannot complain anything about the campus because you have swimming pool here, you have new buildings, and then I just came back this morning and then I see, wow, this is a new building of a medical school, and then it's just like a 5-star hotel from the appearance. So it is amazing, the campus. So I think the hardware here is definitely not only best in Hong Kong, but also maybe top class in the world as well. So I think the hardware part and for example, you want to after the exam you want to have a walk by the sea. You can do it in CUHK, but not many other schools you can do it. So I think hardware is the first one. The second thing I think is the software. The software I'm talking about, of course, the teachers here, they are very experienced, and you see how passionate Fred is by telling you about the program itself. And of course, I had many good teachers. One example is that at that time I had a really good economics teacher, and then he told me many things about how economics can change people's life. So because before joining this class, I think, oh, economics is just about number. But no, after the class, I know that, oh, actually I can use some of the knowledge there to really solve some of the problem in daily life, and I can explain human behavior. So I think it is really interesting, and I never thought about a subject can be that interesting. So I think the software here is really wonderful as well. And finally, I think it's the value and the people, right? Because if all of us, because for example, how CUHK will become depends on you, right? Because we are already graduate and we are no longer here. So it depends on the school value, whether you like it or you don't like it. If you like it and then your classmates share the same value, then you become a community, and then you can carry on the very, very best values forever, right? So I think the best part of CUHK is the value. For example, we all care about each other. We are talking about work hard and play hard, because some school, they may play very hard and some school may work very hard. But I think CUHK strike a perfect balance. You can work very hard and at the same time play very hard with your friends. And of course, we are not only care about ourselves, we care about the society, and we do a lot of charity work as well. And I think this is a community, and then we want to become part of it. So I think the value and people are the most important factors affecting my choice. Yeah.
Nice, thank you, Wayne. I do think that the culture and the atmosphere here is actually quite unique. And at the same time, I'm very, very glad that you bring up economics, because I am actually from economics, right? And at the same time, as you can see here, if you still recall, we also have a concentration area, business economics, is actually what Wayne had just suggested.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I didn't say that I'm one of the teachers there, but
You're not even at CUHK yet, and then you are trying to soft selling them or hard selling them.
So your turn, Alex.
Okay. I want to echo Wayne's point about people and also culture, because I think ultimately, so I list out two questions before. One is a why business program. So now it's the second one. So I think why CUHK is actually a very personal question, because different people may have different choices. Even for culture, we're not saying one culture is better than the other one. It's more about what you like the most. And but I think it's actually a pity that we cannot do the admission talk or admission day in person, because in the past, I always encourage students to go to different university admission talk, and also talk to the students and also maybe the lecturers there, to just to get a sense of what it's actually like if studying in this university. So I hope we actually give you some taste how a CUHK business school alumni or how a CUHK lecturer is like. And then so I think we are generally very pragmatic, and also we are very friendly, and also we care a lot about society. So that's number one. And then number two is also the alumni network of CUHK is very strong. So you can see Wayne, Angela, and I came back to the school just for the admission talk and just to tell you how good the program is. So I think we do have a very strong alumni network here. We are also the first business school in Hong Kong, and then also I think it's the first one offering BBA program as well. So that's why. So So I think that actually matters quite a bit because the alumni network can help you navigate your career planning and also can help you to think through a lot of different questions as well. And then the last one is the flexibility, because for the IBBA program, we don't, actually I used to talk up in the admission talk, so I'm still quite familiar with the program design. So I think for CHK, the good thing is that you don't have to pick your major in the first year. So what we have the concentration. So you can just experience what you want, and also you can, for example, take one course in the management, take one course in the marketing to find out what you like, instead of forcing you to choose your kind of like your next 3 to 4 years at the very beginning when you actually don't know what you want. I think that's the 3 points that these are the 3 points that I have.
Right. Thank you, Alex. I mean, I think this is actually very, very important for a board-based program. I mean, to offer opportunities for students to really experience before actually picking a particular area. Angela?
I think, both of them already answered my question, and I found it's very interesting because even after 20 years, some of the value is actually remain unchanged. Reason for me, to like the CUHK, the business faculty, is because of the value. I still remember at the time when I tried to understand more about the program in different university, and I really like the culture and also the value and the program in CUHK. I totally agree with Wayne what he mentioned, just create a strong sense of relevancy with me. The people in CUHK is actually like a big family, I have to say that. We are not just striving to win by ourselves, right? We work together as a team, we collaborate together, we celebrate together, we pay together, and then we work together, and even because of working on the project, and we can spend overnight together. And that is not very self-centered, I have to say that. So this is the value I really treasure. And secondly is about the program, I think I just mentioned as well, because it actually provides me or different people a lot of flexibility, a lot of choices, because just like myself, before my graduation, I actually don't know which area is my interest or which area I want to focus in my career, right? People talking about that business world actually enable you to have a lot of career development. But whether I'm suitable for finance, or I'm suitable as an accountant, or I'm suitable as a marketer, I don't know, right? Because I'm still in the secondary school, right? But in here, it actually enabled me to have a chance to taste what's the area of the subject, what's inside, and also through, I still remember even long time ago, the program still invited a lot of speakers from outside, right? Like, different accountant, marketer, advertiser, and so as to do the sharing. Even, of course, at that time, I don't have that kind of job rotation. I'm quite sure that right now still a lot, right? But still enable me to have a chance to taste the richness of different area. So that's why, in the final year, just like what they mentioned, it enabled me to really focus on the area I feel interested in, and so as to deep dive a little bit more into more specific, and so as to develop my career path right now as the marketer, because in the final year, I also picked marketing as my concentration subject as well. And in terms of the campus environment, I think, all of you also agree that it's very unique in Hong Kong. And while I still remember, because it's first time for me to dating, right? Entering the university. Even my husband is here right now. I think he won't mind that. I still remember because of the beautiful environment, and so it actually enhancing a lot of relationship. It's not only with the boyfriends and also with actual friends. But unluckily at that time, I don't have that beautiful campus environment. But just come back today, I already shared with Fred that this building is really amazing and really, very tech, very pretty, with a lot of resources. Everything is, well equipped. So I think that if, my mom actually born me maybe 20 years later, CUHK will still be my first choice. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I mean, I'm not sure whether the audience are thinking, well, okay, you guys are actually trying to, sell the program so much. I mean, well, let me ask a more kind of, concrete or down to earth question. I mean, if you ask, say, what was the most rewarding or impressive experience that you have in CUHK? Name only one. Then what will it be? Wayne?
Yeah, actually, I was the CUHK debate team, the Cantonese debate team, 中大粵辯. So I think that was my most memorable experience because I talk about people, right? So it is talking about a group of people from different faculties. Some of us from BBA department, some of them from legal, the law department, journalism department, science department. And then we come together to work as a team to think about a motion and then how we can win over our opponents from other schools. So I think it was the best experience for me. It is talking about this school is not just about the BBA faculty or not just about your subject. It is talking about a teamwork with people from the same school. And then it is talking about how you really understand about some social issue. And then you have to do your own research, and then you have to formulate some of the strategies, some of the solutions to tackle some of the social issues. So I think this was the best moment in the university, and maybe one of the best moments in my life as well.
Mm-hmm. Great to know. Thank you. Alex?
Yeah, I think my best moment at CUHK is organizing the orientation camp for the newcomers, because I actually like connecting with people. I like organizing events for people to have fun. So I think this is actually the best moment of my CUHK life. And I think interestingly, the best moment of me and also Wayne are not necessarily tied to the business faculties, because I think that's also the point of the university education is that. So I think your major is one thing, but also you need to think about the overall experience at the university. And I think CUHK, I like the people here, and I also like the environment that we have, and also maybe like Angela saying, I think we are a big family. So I think for CUHK, it's like one big family, and business faculty is a family within a family.
Mm-hmm. Great.
If you ask me, I think it's not really a specific moment. It's actually an overlapping of different stories, different learnings, how to enable me to be a better self, and how to enable me to change my life destiny. I think just like what I mentioned before, before my university life, I think my personality is actually more, shy, and I don't know how to, express myself. And even, when I share different ideas in front of people, I may feel a little bit scared. But because I joined the orientation camp, I also be the 輔導員, council, 組媽, when I was year 2, and I also joined different society, and throughout the lecture, it actually enabled me to have a lot of opportunity to do the presentation, brainstorming, and discussion. And that kind of combination actually changed my personality. How I can be more presentable, how I can be more enhance my interpersonal skill, collaboration skill, critical thinking, etc. And which enable me to be a better self. And actually, I want to say that I totally agree with Alex, because I was studying in business school, and before my graduation, which enabled me actually get 3 offers already. And one was the management trainee in a bank, which I didn't pick, and one was the management trainee in IBM. And another one is in advertising industry at that time, which is very inspiring as well. You can see that even the 3 offer is from different industry. You can see the dynamic, and actually it can create different possibility for you to develop your career as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Angela. I guess one thing that we really have to pay attention to here is that, it's actually a common idea shared by all the alumni here. University education does not only take place inside the classroom, not even within only business school. I guess this is something very, very important, something very unique in CUHK as well. So we still have several minutes, all right? So how about we conclude this part by providing one recommendation to our younger generation? Wayne?
Yeah. So I think one recommendation is that because of course it is time for us to think about our future, right? So maybe it is for you, maybe you think it is too early to talk about, okay, 5 years later, what I want to be. But I think starting it earlier can do only good to you, because you can think about, okay, after 5 years, 10 years, do you want to be one of us here, or you want to be something else? For example, you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be a social leader, or what do you want? So I think having this in your mind, then you will know, okay, what kind of school or what kind of program may be suitable for myself. Just give you an example. If I graduate like 5 years later, so it means if I'm going to apply for school, right? So for now, what I'm thinking is that, okay, now seems like AI or machine learning or some fancy stuff is quite popular, but I don't know really much about them, right? So for example, I'm so glad that I see what Fred just mentioned is like big data, business analytics, and also the ENIP, right? EPIN, yeah, those kind of new terms, right? I have never heard of. So I think this is something that you can think about whether you want to learn about it. If yes, then you can choose to have your second major, second concentration to take those classes, and then to equip yourself to face the future opportunities. Maybe you can go into a tech firm like I do, and maybe consulting firm and also financial constitute. So it is all about thinking it earlier and then making your choice now so you can plan ahead for your future.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Alex?
We always go in this order.
Right.
So
Okay.
I do the wrap up because I'm
No. It's not about the age or what. So to me, I actually quite like the slogan of the CUHK Business School, the new slogan. So look forward, because I think this is my advice to the students as well. Just look forward. And be brave and also stay hopeful, because I understand the environment has been pretty difficult. Maybe since 2019 or 2020, a lot of things happen. For example, your DSE exams, I think the previous DSE exam got affected a lot as well. The preparation and also the real examination. And even for the upcoming graduates of the universities, I think it's going to be pretty difficult. But I think what my advice would be just to stay hopeful and be brave, just to keep trying, and I think one day you will get there. And also I think a lot of people are actually here to help. For example, for the university students, I think a lot of alumni are actually willing to help you to navigate the career market. So that's why I also mentioned why the alumni network is important as well.
Yeah. So if you ask me, I also agree with both Wayne and Alex. And right now, I think the world is changing so fast, right? We always mention that right now, everyone needs to be a game changer, and we need to be forward compatible enough, and so as to cope with different environment and different changes. We need to be agile as well. And I think on top of some of the maybe business knowledge we learn from the school, and it's very important for everyone to equip their skill set and soft skill set as well. And on top of just problem solving and strategic thinking that we always mention, I think resilience is very important right now. How we try to bounce back when we encounter different difficulties in a very quick way is very important, no matter for your career, for your personality development, or even to deal with different situations in your life as well. This is some skill set we need to learn together. Even myself is learning right now. And secondly is how we try to collaborate with different people. And I always mention to my team or within city or my friend, collaboration is different from cooperation. So in the past, maybe you just need to listen to the order of your boss, right, or your teacher. But right now the world is changing. Everyone has the freedom to express, right? Even in city, we talk about your idea is more important than seniority, 冇大冇細, okay? And so it is very important for you guys to try to be brave and then to speak up and express your idea. And so I think this is not only benefit for your development, and also in the future when you need to deal with the society or work as well.
Thank you. Very nice. let me thank all three speakers today one more time. Okay, Wayne, okay, Alex, and Angela, okay, for this kind of very insightful sharing. For those of you who are, right in front of the computer right now, okay, I would really want you to, get at least, two important insights here, from this kind of, admission talk as well as alumni sharing. The first one, of course, is the design of a program, the unique features, the highlights. I've spent a lot of time talking about that. But that is actually just one part. Another very important part, what you can see here, is from this alumni sharing. I really want you to understand what it means by, having your, university studies here in CUHK Business School. Not only the program structure matters, not only the hardware, software that Wayne has mentioned matters. Not only values matter, but the way that you live your life here, the coming 4 years is actually very important. And this is actually something that I really want you to understand from the very insightful and valuable sharing from our three alumni. Let me thank you all one more time. Thank you, Alex, Angela, and Wayne. Thank you. The final part, okay, is not yet the end. It's just a couple more minutes. Okay. The final thing that I want to do here is to, highlight only two things regarding the admission procedure with you guys. The first one that you can see here is the admission requirement. Okay. We have the program-specific admission requirement. This is not something new. You probably know it already. This is what we call 3-3-2-2-3-3, right? Something that you heard of, something that you know well a lot. This is actually the minimum requirement for our IBBA program, the minimum one. Okay. Another thing that matters to you, of course, is the way that we calculate your admission score. Okay. In IBBA, we are using the best five formula, meaning that regardless of the subject that you take, we are going to count the 5 subjects that you perform the best. Okay. What's more is that in IBBA program, we do not impose specific weighting to different subjects. So regardless, this is the mathematics or English, Chinese language, so on and so forth. Okay, we don't really have a specific weighting for any of the subject. Okay, unlike some other business programs. So that is something that I really want you to actually know. Another thing is the admission interview. Okay, so just like every year, we are holding this a very large-scale admission interview. Okay, this year we plan to have it in June. Okay, so as I've mentioned, this is a very large-scale interview. We interview more than 3,000 candidates. If you are really interested in our business program, okay, not only IBBA but maybe some other programs as well, please make sure in your JUPAS application you put one of our business program. The program that you like the most, of course. Put it in band A. Then we will invite you for an admission interview. Only if you put one of our programs. Your most preferred programs probably. Okay, in the band A choices. Okay, so of course, natural question for you to ask here is, hey, what will be the format of the interview? What kind of thing that we are looking for? What kind of criteria? Okay, no one knows exactly for the format of the interview so far. Okay, we try to have a face-to-face interview, but we will see how it goes. Okay, at the same time, the things that we are looking for. You can actually see here from the slides. We are actually looking for, say, communication skills. Okay. Problem-solving skills, of course, your attitude, your social awareness, as well as your creativity. Okay, so I guess this is another very important lesson that you have learned from the sharing of our alumni here. We are not only training business professionals, and we are not only training to have some kind of robots who are specialists in business. No, not at all. Okay, so this is not we are going to. It's not something that we will really want to do. No, and that is the reason why we always mention, say, soft skills. How do you work with other people? And this is actually some kind of qualities that we are looking for from you as well in the interview. Okay, so I guess that's the end of the admission talk today. Thank you very much for staying with us for this hour, and let me thank the alumni speakers here one more time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.